What up, everybody? Charlie B back in the building. Grid down, wasn't Bizarroville. All right. I had somebody email me. They didn't want me to say their name or anything, but they wanted me to talk a little bit about what happens if your car breaks down or something like that and things like that. All right, we're going to get into that. And this is going to be like, y'all need to keep, doing your research. And I'm going to step off into that tonight. What else we going to talk about tonight? That's pretty much it. All right, let's get it. Let's go. I don't waste your time. All right, car situations. I don't know how to start. Like, you got to look at it like if it's summertime or if it's wintertime, right? This is like, how can I put this, y'all? This is like a system. It's like a routine, okay? This is something you do without thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my system here is every day I got my bag, I got to pack my stuff. You feel me? Like, for work and stuff like that. So I got all my waters and stuff like that. So I've been used to that for years. So in the summertime, I have a little small igloo cooler. Before we do anything or go anywhere, we pack the cooler up, water, juices, and this will save you some money too. Don't be running around all day and having your kids be like, oh, can I get a bag of chips? Can I get it? No. We got it in the car. Go to your cooler, open it up. Instead of paying, y'all, come on, y'all remember, the bag of chips that are about this big right now used to be $1. Now they want what, $2 for them? No. Old school. Get the big family bag of chips. Get you some small Ziploc bags. Put all that in the cooler. With some ice. You good for the whole day. Can I get a snack? Yep. You go straight to the trunk or the back of the car, whatever. Back of the SUV, open it up. You good, right? So that's how I roll through the summer. Well, even more, like probably about 6-7 months out the year. Like if we're just gonna do something all day and I don't have to take little man here or she don't have to take little mama there, if we just all family, we gonna be together, I take my cooler. You feel me? That's what we gonna have for that day, right? Now, if something happens, I got that. Now, this is what most people don't think about and I want to touch on. You know when you go to the dollar store and stuff like that, and they might have these little like handheld games with maybe like look like water in them and stuff. You just got to get the balls in the hoop or something like that. Okay, please buy a couple of those and don't let your kids know you bought them. Cause let's just be honest. I know you like Charlie B. Why I need that? My kids got phones. My kids got tablets. Okay, and them phones and tablets have batteries. And when those go bad, I bet you. If you got one cord in that car, you ain't letting you trying to call for help, right? You gonna let your daughter charge up her tablet? I bet you don't. Okay. Now, that's where we are with that as far as how I do stuff as far as if I break down the side of the road. Nowadays we got AAA and stuff like that. But we all know AAA sometimes take 4 or 5 hours to get there, so you want to be comfortable. Now, when people ask me a question on Charlie B, what do you do if it's cold outside and something happened with your car? That depends on if it's running or not. That's all I got to say about that. Well, that's not all I have to say, but if it's running, Charlie B really doesn't have an issue. Like, if I break an axle or something, okay, I get my hopefully I can get it to a safe spot. Or not an axle, but like a wheel bearing or something going out or your brakes are locking up on you or something. And you could get the car to a safe spot. Get it there. What Charlie B would do, because I got a box in my car. And what I would tell you always is in the wintertime, keep blankets in your trunk. Okay? Please. Keep blankets in your trunk. But what Charlie B does, I don't keep blankets. I keep 2 blankets. Now I don't keep a lot of them. I'm saying keep a blanket for everybody in the car, right? But I don't do that. Okay, Charlie B, why are you telling us to keep a blanket for everybody in the car, but you got only 2 blankets and you got a family of 4 that's riding around with you constantly, right? Okay, Charlie B has the box in his car. My car is still running. I go to my trunk. I get 2 heated blankets out. I plug them into my box. And we all get in the back seat. We snuggle together and we warm. Now, if the car breaks down, right, and you can't turn it on, I would still take them blankets out. We'd wrap up in there until help arrives. Now, Charlie B, what if grid is down? You might have to walk. Now, this is pretty much for the women. And I know a lot of y'all have not thought about this. And when I first told Mrs. B about this, she thought I was a genius. Listen, I know y'all like y'all's little cute things and like your little flats and your little heels or your high heels, right? And it looks good. Don't get me wrong. But please keep a pair of tennis shoes in your car in the summertime and the fall. In the wintertime, you please keep a pair of boots in your trunk. Okay? Now, Charlie B, why do you say this? If your car breaks down, and let's say for some reason it's late, and there's nobody on the freeway or wherever road you on but you, but you know about 2 miles down the road there's a gas station, or you know there's an exit a mile up the road, right? Wouldn't it be easier just to pop your trunk, put your tennis shoes on, and take that hike? Because I'm telling you now, if you anything like Mrs. B, shit, and you spending money on your shoes, I bet you that 2 mile walk gonna turn a pair of red bottoms into some black bottoms real quick. Real quick. Okay? So, take your fancy little cuties off, or them little, the things my mama loved to wear all the time. What they call? The flats. You know, with the little, you can barely, the sole is barely, she love them things. It feels like I'm walking on air because you ain't got nothing on your feet. But try to walk in them for 2 miles on them rocks and stuff, see what happens. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want everything to be bad, your car broke down or whatever, and now you got sores and stuff on your feet because you had to walk in these shoes. So, which is bringing me back to what else you keep in the car, okay? In the wintertime, please have socks in your car for everybody. Please have an extra pair of gloves in your car for everybody. Why, Charlie B? It's winter. Because of this. Everybody gets comfortable. Where is it warm at in the wintertime? In your house? Where do you stay at most of the time in the winter? In your house? Okay, so what happens when y'all be like, okay, y'all, come on, we gotta go. What are y'all gonna do? All right, come on. Somebody's gonna leave something. Especially if you have children. Somebody's gonna leave their gloves, somebody's gonna leave their hat, somebody's gonna leave their something. So hopefully if it's wintertime, you already have a coat that's sustainable enough for you. Like, my kids' coats are zero weather. You feel me? Like, it's supposed to get down to almost zero before they can basically freeze to death. You know what I'm saying? So, stuff like that. Like, make sure you buy clothing before. Like, the coat you buy, North Face. Stuff like that. Make sure it's good quality. So you already have that on in case anything does go wrong. And then if your kids do leave their gloves or you leave your hat or something like that, that's already in the trunk. So if you do have a flat, say, and it's 5 degrees outside, pop the trunk. Oh, I left my gloves at the house. I left my hat at the house. Pop the trunk, put your hat on, pull that hood up. Psst, you good to go. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I gotta jump back. Women, when I say keep a pair of shoes in your car in case you do have to walk to get help. This is a touchy subject because I know nobody want to talk about it really, but You need some protection on you. With the world we live in today, Charlie B's not gonna play with you. Nope. I'm not gonna play with you. You don't want to be walking down the highway at 3 o'clock in the morning. We've all heard these stories online. We've all heard these stories in the news. It's happened in all our cities. You need to have some kind of protection. Now, I'm not going to jump into what I would suggest, but my whole thing is you need some protection on you. I don't care if that's... I am going to suggest, if you don't want to carry a firearm or one of the other non-lethal weapons I've talked about, at least have you a can of bear mace. That bear spray, have you a can of that in your trunk. Okay? So if you do have to walk and it's late or something like that, you put your shoes on, throw your expensive shoes in the trunk. Don't leave them on the back seat because somebody come by, they see them red bottles in the back of there, they're going to break that window. Anyway, now, throw them in the trunk, put your tennis shoes on, grab that canister. Oh, yeah. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Dog the Bounty Hunter, that big mace can. You feel me? Look like a can of hairspray. Take that with you. Okay? Get something like that if you don't want to have a firearm or not allowed to in your state. Right? Okay. Now, Charlie B, what if you are not close to anything and you break down? You have no cell service. What do you do? This is the part in times, how can I put this? You got to do your research. Okay? I don't even want to say this. I have a watch. And okay, forget it. I have a watch. And did I pay full price for this watch? No, I didn't. No. It was an auction type thing. I did not pay full price for this watch. Am I going to talk about what it is? No. Am I going to say what it does? Yes. But am I going to tell you how expensive it is? No. But I'm going to tell you this. I did not pay nowhere near what this thing is worth, right? But the only reason I bought it is because I could do something to this watch and it'll send out a beacon and I'll have helicopters and everything coming to look for me. Right? Now, what does that entail? When you pull that, you gotta pay for it. Oh, you think the government just gonna come look for you and everybody gonna come look for you and send helicopters and stuff like that out? No. But there is things like that out there that do exist. Okay? Now, when I bought this was years ago. Okay? So this is not nothing that's brand new. So I haven't looked into it lately, but I have a watch that basically will send out an alert and will have people looking for me from satellite. Like, if I get lost or whatever, if I'm in the desert or whatever, bing, and I sit down. Right? They have stuff like that. Right? Now, when I got this, when I got this watch, it was, how can I put this? Probably 4 or 5 years old when I got it. So it wasn't like brand new, and it wasn't like something everybody wanted to buy because it was high. So when I did see it on auction, I had to have it. You know what I'm saying? Because technically it was cheap and it was something I just could not pass up. Feel me? So nowadays they probably make stuff. I'm gonna look into it for y'all, but I don't know how much it is, but you could probably buy something right now that you could just carry on you and pull something. But you'd have to look into stuff like that and do your research as far as what do I do if there's no signal, there's no nothing? What if I go hiking and I'm lost? What if I go hiking and I break my ankle? What if I... You need something to call somebody even if there's no phone signal, right? But I tell you, when you have stuff like that, from what I know in my research, if I pull that pin, I'm gonna be responsible for everything it took to find me, all cost. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind too when you worried about what ifs. You feel me? What if this happens? What if I don't have this? But I'm telling you now, if you feel like I'm not gonna make it, I need help. Do we really care how much it's gonna cost? No. Now, Charlie B, when do you use that watch? Barely ever. Barely ever. Have I ever really used it? Not really. My whole point is this. The only time I would ever use something like that is if I was going somewhere where, like, I thought we might get lost. I was with my whole family and stuff like that. Because, you know us, we're stubborn as men. I'm getting out of here. But that was a purchase me and my wife decided. That was a joint thing. Like, we was like, if we're going to be going places and stuff and we want to go into the mountains and stuff like that, because we've been talking about stuff like that, why not have something like that to make sure if we have no cell phone or no nothing like that, we safe. Now, that's a high ticket item. And I know y'all don't like to talk about high ticket items. I don't either on here. But the situation is, certain things are going to cost more money to keep you safe. That's where I'm going with that. Now, food in your car, I guess. In the wintertime, you don't want nothing that's going to freeze. You don't want nothing that's, do what's good for you. You know what you can eat. Some people are gluten-free, some people, so I can't suggest what you can put in your car. You feel me? Now we're going to go to research. And I thought about how to do this because somebody came in here and asked me, well, Charlie B, what's the name of the box and stuff like that? And I explained to y'all that do your research and you could get cheaper products somewhere else for where you're usually going. Like I said, everybody loves Amazon. Everybody. Right? I do too. You know what I'm saying? If I need it now, I go to Amazon. But this is my whole point. And I've thought about how to try to get y'all to do y'all's research. So I'm going to show y'all something that has nothing to do with grid down. It's basically a dance bag for my daughter. Okay, now, dance bags are high, right? Okay. I'm about to show you this, and when I show you this, you'll be like, okay, now I understand why Charlie B says that do your research. It will save you a whole bunch of money. And don't be scared to shop at certain places, okay? Let's go, man. Now, this is the dance bag Mrs. B was looking at getting for my daughter. Then she found this. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Do your research. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same bag. Don't let them fool you and be like, oh, Temu only got cheap stuff and it don't work and stuff like this. Do your research and save you some money, please. See what I'm saying? Okay, now, Charlie B, why didn't you show us some survival stuff for the low that Amazon had high? Because y'all gotta be serious. Y'all gotta see in y'all hearts if y'all are really serious about this. You just can't come on here and expect Charlie B to do all the work for you. Because if that's the case, you're not serious, really. You're not. Honestly. If you feel like you could just go on YouTube and watch somebody be like this, and that, and you expected to do it all for you, you're not serious at all. So, I showed you the fact that if you do your research, you can save you a lot of money. Now, what you take from that is on you. Now, if you start looking up stuff and be like, okay, Amazon got this, and let me go see if I can find the same thing on Temu. You serious? Let me see if I can go find the same thing on Wish. You serious? Let me see if I can go find the same thing on whatever else you want to shop at. right? And you will probably get a better deal. You got to shop around. It's called doing your research, right? Now, the next time we're going to be talking about bug out bags. Now, if you want to get pre-prepared, do your research. Start looking at the bug out bags. Now, you looking at bug out bags, start looking at how much a bug out bag is on Amazon. Start looking at how much a bug out bag is everywhere else you shop. I don't make suggestions. Nobody's paying me to say nothing, right? So I don't tell you where to shop or where to go. I just showed that for a point to make on you can save a lot of money. Okay? So that's going to be it for tonight. Grid down. I did my 4 for 24. But, you know me. Probably see you in about 6-7 hours. Depending on when this brother drop. It is what it is. But I love y'all. Y'all be easy, man. Charlie be out.